Hello everybody! Today I will be presenting my exhibition proposal called Second Skin, Fur and Fashion in New York City. Just to quickly run through my synopsis, fur has been a staple in dress for centuries, symbolizing wealth, status, and formality, and has maintained this lasting, ever-evolving presence in New York's fashion culture. It began as a highly profitable trade in the 1600s in New Amsterdam, which is now known as New York City, and is now frequently appearing in everyday fashion and high fashion, and is continuing to shape the city's fashion landscape. There are many conversations around animal rights and environmental responsibilities when it comes to this material, but faux fur is constantly utilized in fashion. So I just thought that this was kind of an interesting conversation and story to tell, in terms of fur, but also New York City, which is such a capital for fashion. Sorry. So like I said, I kind of want to give an expansive landscape of fur in New York's fashion history. So I'm kind of starting out with real fur in the 19th century, with this accessory set by a New York furrier, C.G. Gunther's Sons. And then I have this bonnet, which is kind of connected to this Brooklyn retailer, Abraham M. Straus. And I really wanted to include a headpiece, and when I saw this, I thought it was a perfect piece to include for the 19th century section. Now moving on to real fur in the 20th century, we have this dance dress by Lucille Ltd. New York in 1939, and as you can see, it has this beautiful fur trim, and this company and designer was considered to be one of the first internationally successful couture businesses, opening its doors in New York in 1910. So again, I just thought this was a great example. And then coming back to this coat, that was made in 1970 by Georges Kaplan, who was a furrier on Fifth Avenue for more than 20 years, and he's known for his very unusual practices with furs, such as weaving and dyeing techniques. He would even offer fur as wall coverings and commissioned artists to paint on the garments. Now this amazing monkey fur suit, which is a jacket and matching skirt, and this was from a designer called Revillon, which was sold at Saks Fifth Avenue. And monkey fur is obviously more exoticized than other furs are, and it was kind of known for being a more adventurous material than your typical fur. So moving into faux fur, ready-to-wear options, I have this coat from Hillmore, New York, which was a popular brand that was known for their faux fur coats, and specifically the quality of them and how closely they resembled real fur. And I found this on Etsy. And now I have this hat, which is black faux lamb fur with a pink artificial rose, and it was sold at Bonwit Teller, which was kind of like a prominent women's retailer in New York, and was sort of marketed towards this idea of like a modern woman. So now moving into faux fur designer, I have two coats here from Ben Kahn Furs. This one was made in 1950 to 1960, and again, like, this is a person who came to New York and started breaking into the fashion industry there, specifically with fur, and kind of mixing these synthetic materials with real materials. So this piece is made from synthetic fur and leather. And then this coat is Ben Kahn, but is designed by Koos van den Akker in 1980, and this is made from fur, leather, wool, silk, and other synthetic materials, and this design is just so unique and interesting. And finally, we have this ensemble by Giorgio di San Angelo by designer Martin F. Prince in the early 90s, and I really wanted to include something that was a bit different, so I thought this ensemble was perfect. Thank you so much for your attention, and